Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to another episode of the Gentleman's Books Club. This is a very special episode. This is nothing to do with gaming, although it's about a game. I'm talking about a game that I was involved in many decades ago called The Quest for the Golden Eggcup. This game was on the Sinclair Spectrum. It was an adventure game, a text adventure game where you type words and you had to be able to read. And if you could read, you could play this game and hopefully solve it. Eventually, another company got involved with it and we ended up with a graphic version of it. All this went to shit. It involved lawyers and everything else like that. But that's another story. I don't even care about this anymore. I really don't. But I always wanted to bring this particular game to the PC. Well, time moved on, and think of Infocom, where you had Zork and you had all the great games they did. Well, the engine to actually create games in that format was available to the public by a gentleman I believe called Graham Nilsson. I can't remember, it's many years ago, and for many decades in the background I've been trying to rewrite this, get it going, and you know what? I eventually gave up a couple of years ago. I thought, nope, no more, can't do it, never gonna get it. And this game was called The Simple Tale. You could do a search for Inform and The Simple Tale online and you'll be able to play the version of it that got done. It's a big version, there's a lot of stuff in it, but the game was never effectively done. And you know, I ran out of time. I had other things coming to my life, like this channel, the Gentleman's Books Club, so it never ever happened. Well, let's go forward to the future, forward to now. We have this. This is The Quest for the Golden Eggcup, and it's a book full of words. If you could read words, you could read this book, and you may enjoy it, I have done this purely for a personal project beyond anything else. You know, I'm not even really looking to sell any of these, not at all. You know, this was just for me to actually complete what I perceive to be the game of The Simple Tale. So yes, this game here was never finished, but it did become this particular book here that you can get if you choose to on Amazon. You can get it if you're part of the Kindle program as well. You can get it for nothing. It's enrolled in all of that as well. The prices for the hardcover and the paperback are as low as I can get them, because you actually have to pay for the printing costs in terms of doing it. So I don't physically pay, you pay when you order it if you choose to. But you know, there's a paperback version as well. You know, we got this here, nice glossy cover, full of words, big story, much bigger than what the original game would be. And let me read you out one silly little passage from this. I've got my glasses on here. So, if she closed her eyes, she could almost believe she was back in Doncaster, strutting onto the stage of a talent show. Only the stage was made of iron bars and the lights were torches, and the crowd was 70 howling prisoners, desperate for freedom. How on earth does this fit into the quest for the Golden Eggcup? Well, you can find out yourselves if you choose to. But no, honestly, I just wanted to share this. You know, it was a little bit of fun that I did, and to get this in this format, to get a physical copy. This is a not for resale version here. This is basically a proof version that you get. But you know, I'm so pleased. I'm so delighted, and you know, I say if it sells none, it sells none. But you know, I can literally say I've got a physical book here, and it has been branded for the Gentleman's Books Club, for something that we do on the channel. Just wanted to share it, something a little bit different. The timing was pretty damn cool. I recently went to the Blackpool Expo and managed to give my dear friend Gary a signed copy of one of those. You know, he has got effectively the other version. I have got two of these, but I got this. I got one that was for me, and he has got the other version of the hard copy here, which basically says not for resale, that is signed by me. So you know, Gary, you're a good friend. Hope you enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, well, you got a first edition of something that may only ever sell 2 copies, which is the versions that we've got here. But hey ho, wanted to share that with all you great people. You know, it's a fantasy book, it's a silly book, it's set in a universe where things are absolutely chaotic, and you know what? I had a lot of fun doing it. And if you do go and have a look at The Simple Tale, which is basically, you do a search for The Simple Tale and in Inform, you will see a lot of stuff that I lifted from there to put in there. And if you have a look at the original game, you know, this version here, or this version here, you will see things that have been taken out of that game and put in it as well. So all in all, you know, The Quest for the Golden Eggcup, my life story in terms of wanting to have a version of it for the PC never happened. But you know what? This is the next best thing. All of you take care, all of you stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.